Day 6 of the 1 in a Million Finals Week, which was the last full day out skating, was a cold and windy one in San Francisco, and we got off to a slow start. We left this day open for whatever anybody wanted to go to, and we didn't have a plan beyond that. Rolling with us for the day was guest shredder Manny Santiago, who brought with him a lot of energy and smiles. We'd heard the marble steps at Maritime Hall were skatable again, and so we headed over to take a look. A couple guys got started warming up, and Manny dove right in. The session barely got started before the boot came, though, clad in a maroon sweater vest. A request for the Golden Gate Park fountain spot went out, so we drove over. Some flat ground warm-ups got underway. But again, things barely got moving before the boot came out once again. We checked out another spot in the Mission District, but got the boot from there as well before the camera even came out, and so we decided SF just wasn't feeling us today, and started across the Bay Bridge towards Oakland. Hustle Jamie took us around to some of his local spots in Oakland, the first one being a bar with a tall drop on the walkway to somebody's front door. Chewy and Tom didn't hesitate. Before long, they were matching each other with backside and frontside tricks. They were still in the midst of their back and forth attempts when once again the boot dropped by, and we were on our way yet again. Just a few minutes away was a street with two spots almost right next door to each other. Two sessions happened simultaneously. Dylan began eyeing up a gap over a bar and working his way into it. His already bruised heels were not too psyched on his choice of spot. But in the end, Dylan stuck a good one. Just up the street, David was trying to get Flippy over a wall/ledge, while Tom was sliding it from the other side. After a very brief stop at the Doogie Banks, the next spot was a metal-edged loading dock. Tom and Chewy picked right back up with their attempt at matching nose crags. Tom stuck his pretty quick. After a long stretch of tries, Chewy had to throw in the towel. Luckily, we had Manny there to lighten the mood. We stopped for some dinner and then went on to the BART station rail. Some of the guys started setting up the lights and signs for the rough ground, while Manny mingled with the locals.
For you, video runway, that's free for you.
Oh, look at that. You're a nice guy. See that?
You have it.
Nice people out here. Potassium, baby. Get your game right.
Before long, the spot was ready. David tested the waters out and got an ollie easily. He wanted to switch ollie it, but the angle of the runway just wasn't working with him. So we packed up and moved on again. The final spot of the night was a nice mid-sized rail at a school. It was getting cold and everybody was tired, but Manny kept the energy level up.
Trying to get the nerves going. See how that happens. Choo. I think I can.
Warm-ups commenced. David decided to step it up a notch or two and got himself the trick of the day with a clean switch 50-50. We called it a day, but due to a problem on the Bay Bridge, we had to drive way south and then way north to get back to the warehouse for the end of the day wrap-up.
Tuesday, today we went to Oakland with guest Manny Santiago. We started off in San Francisco and things didn't look too good at the beginning of the day. We got kicked out of Maritime Hall. We got kicked out of the big flat gap in the Mission District. We got kicked out of Golden Gate Park. And then we moved on to Oakland. Went to that one rail out of the front walk of the house.
Tall 5-stair, like flat bar. It's a hard spot to skate, sort of.
I think going to fakie off that thing.
Yeah, that's
pretty
cool.
good.
Yeah, he did that. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good job, Tom.
And then from there, we cruised around and we found the one street with the 2 spots on it. So Dylan ollied the gap over the bar with the big drop and did so with his poor smashed heel that he'd been smashing repeatedly.
It took him a while.
It did take him a while. He beat his feet up again and had.
And not because he tried a lot, but because he couldn't skate.
What do you mean?
He was injured.
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole time trying it,
Yeah, and definitely got hurt for a while. But he did it. He did good. Good job, Dylan. Then we went to the metal-edged loading dock thing that sticks out from the wall. Tom did the nose grind pop-out. Then we went to the BART station rail, and David ollied it. Fairly big drop. He wanted to switch ollie it, couldn't get the angle. We went to the blue rail, and David backside 50-50'd it, and then switch 50-50'd it, which was great. We're way up north beyond Berkeley, and we find out that the Bay Bridge is shut because something snapped on it. And so we have to drive down 45 minutes and across a bridge and then back up to San Francisco, and it's like, what time do we get back here? Midnight?
We were driving across the bridge at midnight, yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
it's a long day in Oakland.
How we do it? Baked beans with Slim Jims. Original Matador. That's how we do it though, watch. Knife, Slim Jim, couple of original Bush's based baked beans. We're gonna add our own secret. Boom, 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 boom. I'm forced to buy, yeah. Boom. If you go to guy, you gotta go in there. It's a bit much. Oh.
An already late night went even later, and before anybody knew it, the morning of the last day came wrapping.